Yes, as Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley mix it up, the big left hand that did not connect by Shaq. They tumble to the floor. Both are rejected. It's a one-point game, 50-49. The Lakers leading the Rockets. It's time for the AT&T halftime report. Ernie Johnson in Atlanta, joined by Kenny Smith. Got to talk about the fight.
I like Holyfield.
I do too.
Oh, the other fight. That wasn't a fight. I don't know what those two guys were doing.
Hey, it wasn't a fight, but if that thing connects, that straight left by Shaq, man, that's
He's trouble. Not used to throwing punches. That's not his forte, dunking the basketball. But the biggest thing is now you have two guys who are integral parts of this game out of the basketball game, and it's going to be interesting to see how Houston reacts. Obviously, you've seen with the Los Angeles Lakers, Glenn Rice has become more involved. Steve Francis is being a little bit more assertive, but it's a little more mayhem than a fight.
Don't you have to know better than that, though? A couple of veterans right there, and it wasn't like a big build-up led to that. I mean, it wasn't like Shaq had just been hacked again. Barkley had the ball at that point. I mean, and you're going to toss the ball.
The thing also is that you have two players that probably know each other, and you know that they know how to play the game. They know that the game is more important than anything else, and they have a respect for each other, so that was surprising.
On that game as we go on. If you're just joining us, this is what happened earlier tonight. Charles Barkley, a little shot off the noggin on Shaq, who misses with the left. They're both watching the rest of the game.
I wouldn't want Fisher necessarily to take that shot that fast.
Oh, and there's a swing by O'Neal, and they got a brouhaha on the floor.
It is inside the NBA, presented by Hyundai, along with Kenny, the Jet Smith, Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. What a night in Houston. The Rockets remain unbeaten as the Lakers get them. And in the first half, the big, as Kevin Harlan said, brouhaha with Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, and Phil Jackson upset with Shaq, according to Kramer, because he can't just take himself out of a game like that under those circumstances.
The triangle offense is, I don't know what kind of offense it would be without Shaq in the middle of it. And just like with Michael Jordan not being in it, it would be tough offensively for the Lakers to do anything. Here you have to keep your composure because the team needs you more. A ball upside the head, yeah, we know, but Shaq, we know that you are a powerful man. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. He could have stayed in the game.
And obviously they will take a look at, Rod Thorne will be at that video.
Anytime a person gets hit in the face of the ball, 9 out of 10 times, I would probably just react. It had nothing to do with me being frustrated because I'm ready to play. Even though I'm not doing well on the free throw line, I'm still doing everything else what I'm supposed to do. I'm averaging 27, and once I start hitting them, then I'll be back to normal. But I'm frustrated at myself, but I'm not frustrated on the game, and I'll never let things like that carry over. My game is 4-1.
And again, Phil said he was disappointed that you allowed yourself to let it get to that point of getting thrown out the game. Did he talk to you about that again?
Yeah, but I just like I said, Charles did one of his Charles type things, just reacted. It's obviously that he didn't want to play tonight, and I see why.
You think if Charles reacts that way when he gets a hard foul, if these guys imagine what it's like to be you night after night getting hammered the way you do?
Yeah, kinda. But he did something that I thought was very unsportsmanlike, and I just reacted. Probably next time, I'll just have to be smart. I'll probably just have to, stand in the way. Because obviously, he did it on purpose.
Did you lose your balance, or did he throw you down there, grab you?
Did I what?
Did you lose your balance, or did he grab you?
A couple guys grabbed me. And let me be the first to tell you, he's very lucky those guys grabbed me. Very lucky. Like you said, I am frustrated, and I was looking to release a lot of my frustration at that point. So he's a very lucky man. But like I said, he didn't want to play. He didn't want to play. He did something, and I reacted. I probably won't ever react like that again because it's very important to my team. However, they played a good, solid game, and we got out of here with them.
Now, it's one thing if Scottie Pippen and Charles Barkley are John and they were teammates and you'd forget about that, but Shaquille O'Neal not pulling any punches now and talking about Charles Barkley not wanting to play in that game, and that's why it happened.
Charles has been in a lot of verbal spats over the last year and a half with Allen Iverson, with Scottie Pippen, and now with Shaquille O'Neal. But the thing is, just what Shaquille said. He is very important to that basketball team. He's more important to that team than anything else, any other player probably in the league. He is vital in the triangle offense. The triangle offense does not work. It's a box. It doesn't work. It's not a triangle when he's not in there. So he has to stay in the game. A
late-night geometry lesson courtesy of Professor Smith.
Traded baskets and punches. They're so cute at that age.
We had a summit at the old Summit. Here we go. Rockets trying to avoid an 0-5 start. Shaq and the Lakers a 4-1 start. First quarter, Steve Francis for three. His own rebound to Charles Barkley. Rockets up by 11 early. We are still in the first quarter. Brian Shaw feeds Shaq to the alley-oop. Lakers by 2 after 1. Second quarter, the developing situation. Barkley is fouled by Shaq. Doesn't like it. Barkley throws the ball at Shaq. And then a do-si-do and away. A big-time fracas. Look at that. Barkley cut up. Both players thrown out. Rudy T gets a T. Watch it again as Barkley will connect with a punch in the scramble right there before both could be separated. Shaq now has been tossed in 2 of his last 3 games. End of the half. A.C. Green. He is a man of prayer. At 14, Lakers by 1 at the half. Just over 2 minutes left in the game, Lakers up 1. Derek Fisher for 3. That's good. He had 14, Lakers up 4. Last chance, Rockets down 1. Steve Francis had 26. Steve Francis had 26. He did not finish with 28. And the Rockets lose 89-88. As the Lakers hold on to win it by 1. The Rockets have now lost 5 in a row. Shaq now, the 2 ejections in his last 3 games. Phil Jackson needs to start preaching his Zen approach. Shaq finished with just 6 points. His streak of 245 games in double figures is over. That was the longest such streak going in the NBA. As for Barkley, he finished with 5 before he was tossed out.
Boy, you can't let nobody hit you and get away with it.
Charles, why do you lay him out, man?
A big boy, man.
He's not bigger than you are.
Yeah, you better check that.
A couple guys grabbed me. And, let me be the first to tell you, he's very lucky those guys grabbed me. Very lucky. Like you said, I am frustrated, and I was looking to release a lot of my frustration at that point. So he's a very lucky man. But like I said, he didn't want to play. He didn't want to play. He did something, and I reacted. I probably won't ever react like that again because, I'm very important to my team.